Hi everybody. It's your boy again, Tandazo here. I'm actually a grown man now. Look, I've been asking myself, should I make this video or not? But I realized that you know what? Because I was talking to one of my team members that I work with, and we had this conversation that persuaded me to make this video. Um, I realized that as we are in January, most people, especially in the middle class, are battling to pay bills. And I believe that there's one thing that I spotted when I used to do wrong back in the days, right? We tend to overspend in December, and then when January comes, we strive to try to save on a number of things. I want to save that, I want to save that and that. But in essence, there are some things that are basic needs. So come to think of it, what if you were to flip the coin? Instead of you saving more money, what if you were to try to increase your sources of income? Picture it this way. I'll give you a typical example that worked for me. The year is around 2008. You remember that time when there was that belly up of the economy, like worldwide? That was a global crisis, right? I was 14 years old, doing grade 9. If you do your matric, in for those that do their O levels, I was doing Form 2, right? I used to be given a gallon. I was staying with my stepmom, and I love you, by the way, because he taught me a number of things. I was given a gallon of millimil. In essence, that tin, if it's filled up with millimil, it only gives you about 10 cups, or give or take 9.5. Of those 9.5, remember a week has got about 5 good days, because I had to start from Monday night and leave school at Friday night. I was staying at a semi-boarding school. In essence, it was just shelter that were given to stay at, and then the rest of the things you had to do them for yourself. I stayed there, given that gallon, and I had to figure out that it's either I had to walk 20 Ks from Komvubu, that's where I grew up in Matebelele North, Enesikwe. Anybody who knows around that area, they know what I'm talking about in Zimbabwe. I had to walk, in essence, 17 kilometers to school in the morning. I had to leave at around 5, get to school normally at 8 when I'm supposed to get there at 7, get a whooping. So I had to either choose to walk 17 Ks or take that gallon, because remember, there was a drought in Zimbabwe. The economy has just been messed up the whole world. I think you know that 2008 crisis. And by then I was a billionaire because Zimbabwe's economy was stuffed, like I'm talking about being stuffed, right? When you go to school, that 1 gallon wasn't there for me because I also had a cousin, Innocent. Now he's doing well in life. But back in the days, both of us were poor. I wouldn't eat seeing him starving in those dormitories where we used to stay in. And we had to share that gallon. So in essence, that's like 10 cups. Remember, 10 cups. 1 cup was supposed to give me a meal in the morning, a meal at night, the next day meal, and then the next meal at night. But then we figured out the government, there was food that was brought in by USAID, a non-government organization, that was meant to be given to the people. And I used to go in at night, go and stand in the queue. In the morning when people with money comes, I would use their money to buy and sell it and give it back to them. And then they give me 10% of whatever that I bought. So in essence, if I bought like 10 kgs of barley, that grain that is similar to wheat, they would give me like 10% of it. If it's 10 kg, they give me a kg. If I buy 10 liters of cooking oil, they would give me like 1 liter. Because I had two options: either I have to go back home or stay at that school starving. So go the same to somebody out here. It's a very long story, but I'm just trying to cut it short. I'll make a longer video to tell you how we used to do the whole thing. But trust me, you don't need money to start a business. That's the first thing. Go to the people with resources and figure out how can you assist them, because that's how I made it to buy for them. The second thing, increase your sources of income instead of stripping yourself of a number of necessities that you need to survive. The third thing, when you get them, live as if you've got, literally if you got like, let me say $10 US, live as if you're earning like $20 a month, $2 a month, because that way it gives you the momentum such that when you get whatever that you get, you can keep on saving it and reinvesting it back in the business, saving it and reinvesting it back in the business. You don't need money to start a business, but you need to figure out what's the problem that people are facing. Because if I didn't do that, it's either I had to walk 17 Ks from home, going to school, or I had to stay at school and figure out ways to make more ways to make, I had to figure out ways to get more food to feed myself. I hope this is going to help a number of people out there. But guys, especially those in the middle class, especially my brothers and sisters that are battling to make ends meet, figure out how can you increase your sources of income. Please figure out a way. There's a way. What's the problem that people are facing around you? How can you help them? And that way, it's going to work. It's going to take long, but it's going to work. There's no moment to galvanize the best energy that you need to do better for yourself than in a crisis. That's Winston Churchill. This is the best moment. When you're struggling, when you're starving, figure out how can you galvanize more energy to make yourself become a better person and the best version of yourself. Peace and love to everybody.